Hi, welcome back to Frequently Asked Fridays, where we here at Martin IP Law Group answer your questions about intellectual property matters. Today we have for you 5 tips on hiring a designer for your logo. Your logo is the thing that oftentimes people first see about your company, and it's their first impression, so you want to make it a good one. If you look at companies like Apple, like McDonald's, they have very recognizable logos that you've seen and you associate with their product or their service. That's what you want to design, something that's memorable, something that's lasting and makes a good impression. Apple's trademark portfolio is reported to be worth nearly $1 trillion as of 2022. So this is something that's important to your company, and you want to take the time to do it right. So tip number 1, you want to establish a budget. And again, if you've looked online, you've seen prices ranging anywhere from $25 to $2,500 for logo designers. Oftentimes you get what you pay for there. So the ones on the lower end, sometimes they're going to cut corners. They're not going to provide actual professional design work. They may just take some clip art from here and a clip art from there, put some fonts to it, and design you a logo based on some things that are publicly available. We've seen that happen here at Martin IP Law Group with some clients recently that came in seeking protection, only to find out that the designer they hired to design their logo took images off of publicly available sites like iStock Photo and used that in their logo. Problem there is, one, there's no originality there. There's nothing really that you can protect, and there's nothing to differentiate you from other people because that image is publicly available. And two, companies like iStock at least have specific disclaimers on their site saying that you cannot use these images as part of your trademark or part of your logo, and you certainly cannot register them. So those are problems. And again, if you hire a qualified designer, they're going to know better. They're going to design something on their own. They're not going to take from someone else. Second tip, establish a timeline. And again, these are not things that happen overnight. A claim to be able to give you a trademark or a logo in 48 hours is not realistic. The designer needs to get to know you, needs to get to know your business, needs to get to know your culture so that they can design a logo that fits you and your business. So spend the time to sit down with a qualified designer and make that happen. We're talking weeks or months, not days or hours. So make sure you do it right. Third tip, check out the designer's portfolio. Most designers are going to have a portfolio publicly available or privately available that they can show you of other work that they've done, other logos they've created. Look at that, get a feel for their style, and see if that matches your style. Tip number 4, you want to check out their reviews. Everybody has online reviews now. That's a good way to find out who they've worked for before, what these other people have to say about the process, and working with that designer. So those are good resources to check there too. Finally, tip number 5, you want to make sure that you own the IP that's created as part of this process, and you want to make sure to document that, which means have something in writing, whether it's part of the designer's standard contract language or something you put together that just acknowledges you own the IP, not the designer. Typically, this would be considered a work for hire, and it's probably not going to be an issue, but in that 1% of cases where there is a dispute as to who owns it, if you document it, you're going to have the proof. And that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headache down the road. So we hope this has been helpful. We hope you've learned something today about protecting your logo and building your brand. Thanks. Have a great weekend.